أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده سيدنا محمد وعلى أهله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Abdulfatah Adeyemi. I'm the Director for Counseling and Culture, ICICE, International Center for Islamic Culture and Education. I'm a human being. I'm also the husband-in-chief for my family. I want to quickly remind us briefly about matters that have to do with our family lives. Like the glorious Quran tells us, Ma faratna min shay'in. Nothing has been left untouched in the Quran concerning our lives. And وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah has revealed in the Quran what is of healing and cure for the whole of mankind. We want to look at some of the marital models in the glorious Quran, so that when you recite the Quran on your own or when you get back home, you may be able to see which one resembles your family amongst the families that are referred to in the glorious Quran. The first family we all know, that is Adam and Hawa, or Mr. and Mrs. Adam. The two of them, they were married by force. They didn't choose one another. Allah imposed them one on the other. There was no other man then for Hawa to call her husband, and there was no other wife there for Adam to call his wife. So somehow it was not really by choice. Allah made them to marry one another. Was their marriage successful or not? It was successful, but were their children successful or not? Yes, and not very yes. Amongst all the children they had, there was Habila and Kabila. You remember that Kabila killed Habila. If you want to talk about Tarbiyah, to say good parents, you want to say they were good. If you want to say there were some errors, you want to say there were some mistakes. In other words, even if you happen to be Mr. Adam, you cannot guarantee 100% that you are the best of all parents. Amongst children, there are those that may follow you. Amongst children, there are those that may not follow you, but that doesn't change anything. It doesn't stop the fact that you are a prophet of Allah and you are still Adam, the one that Allah says وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. With all the knowledge that Allah gave unto Adam, can anybody believe that one of his children will kill the other one? Marital life, family life is a serious business. After then, let's look at Mr. and Mrs. Noah. The Prophet Noah والسلام, was a prophet of Allah, but his wife, what kind of a woman was she? وَضْرَبَ لَهُ مَثَّلًا لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مُرَاتَ نُوحٍ وَمُرَاتَ لُوطٍ. ضَرَبَ لَهُ مَثَّلًا لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مُرَاتَ نُوحٍ وَمُرَاتَ لُوطٍ. Allah gave example of bad family, bad union of the wife of Noah and the wife of Lut and Lut himself. You remember the case of the wife of Noah, what happened to their child when every other people entered into the ark with Noah alayhi salatu wasalam. So in other words, whatever kind of a parent you are, even if you happen to be a prophet, you may not be guaranteed that your wife will support you. Whatever thing you do, there may not be guarantee that your child will follow you to enter into the ark. In other words, family life, marital life is a serious business. It doesn't have to do whether you are a believer, whether you are strong in Iman, even if you are a prophet. Take note of that so that you don't kill yourself if something do not go the way you want it. Which other family do we have in the Quran? Mr. and Mrs. Zakaria, we've heard of them before. We've also seen the story of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam and what happened to him. There was this person who Yusuf was working with, and this woman's name, we call her Zuleha. You know what happened, and then the woman still found a way of turning judgment, confusing her husband, and making her husband to throw Yusuf into prison. Many men think they are the men until when the women come over, and they are the ones that actually determine and decide and control their husbands. You've heard of Mr. and Mrs. Fir'aun before. Fir'aun even said, "Wa ana rabbukum al-a'la." He said he's the God of all the people that were there then. But when Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was carried in a basket and towards the backyard of Fir'aun, do you know what the wife said? The wife said, "Take him, don't kill him. We are going to adopt him. La'allahu yanfa'una. He is going to be useful for us. La taqtulhu. Don't kill him." That was an instruction from the wife to a man that says, "Wa ana rabbukumul a'la." As great as he thought he was, the woman commanded him first before saying whether he will be useful for us or not. A person may be in any high position, and who knows, maybe most people in high positions, maybe their wives have influence on them or not, only Allah knows. And it happened, somebody gave us an example of some time ago that one imam asked people to come to the masjid the following morning, and only the person whose wife is not controlling should be the one that will wear al-kibba and come to the masjid to show that his wife doesn't control him. The second everybody came to the masjid the following morning, only one man was wearing al-kibba, the others were not wearing. And the man was so happy. "Congratulations, you are the only one whose wife is not controlling." Said, "She asked me to wear this al-kibba actually." Family life is a serious business. Whether you like it or not, your wife, your children may have influence on you, but you have to be upright, you have to be steadfast, you have to fear Almighty Allah in all that you do. There are so many other couples that may resemble you in the glorious Quran. Look at Mr. and Mrs. Suleiman. That's Suleiman and Bilqis. The two of them got married, and Suleiman elevated her and maintained her status as a queen even in his home. Meaning that every man is a king unless you make your wife to be the queen. And every woman is a queen so long as she recognizes that her husband is the king. Look at other Mr. and Mrs. in the glorious Quran, up until when you come to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You remember his story with Khadija bint Khuwailid, and you remember his story with Aisha radhiyallahu anha. You remember how he lived his life with his wives. Let us all look at the glorious Quran. You will find at least one couple that resembles yours, and see what they did where things didn't go well, and see what they did that made things to go right. The cut and short of what we are saying is, marital life is a serious business. Think about your own and see what you can make out of it, so that it can be better than whatever we have read in the Quran. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were to reveal about you and your wife in the glorious Quran, which of this model would Allah put you alongside with? Do you remember Mr. and Mrs. Abi Lahab? These were people who connived. وَامْرَأَتُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ فِي جِدِيَا حَبْلٌ مِّن مَّسَدٍ. These were the people who connived in evil deeds. Yet, Almighty Allah said they were husband and wife. They didn't divorce, even though they were evil. The thing is, it is not to say the marriage stays or the marriage scatters. That is the thing. What is most important is that marriage founded on Islam? Is it founded on Iman? Is it founded on Ihsan? Is it founded on Mawaddatan wa Rahma, on love and mercy? May Allah open our eyes and give us better understanding as we recite the glorious Quran, and as we understand what Allah tells us concerning our family life. Family life is a serious business. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.